We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
Time for our tale of the tape. Up first, Saul Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. And he'll be facing Roy Jones Jr., 78.9 kilos, 180 centimeters tall with a reach of 188.
We'll be talking about this fight for years to come. This is one of those classic fights that everybody wants to see.
Saul "Canelo" Alvarez, the Mexican legend, the middleweight, the super middleweight, the light heavyweight who fights out of Guadalajara, Mexico. Roy Jones Jr., one of the greatest of all time, Pensacola's finest, an undisputed champion at 4 different weight classes.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
And now it's time for the official introductions, and for that, we go to the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul "Canelo" Alvarez. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
I'm so giddy, so excited. The anticipation is second to none. Let's get it on.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. And that's the opening bell, round 1. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Beautiful counterpunch. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Well done with that counter shot. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
How about that time counter shot? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Caution is being thrown to the wind. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Counterpuncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Hook misses. That jab doesn't find a home. The straight right just misses. That jab doesn't score. he wasn't ready for that counter punch. The straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Alvarez in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Get your mind back on the job.
Nice round, good round, I like that, I'm happy. The jab's working,
You're way better than this guy. You're way better.
stay focused, don't let him back into the fight. Great round.
Back together. You've been coasting this fight, and now you're going to let him get back in. Now, it's a tougher fight, and he's going to be confident. You got to take that confidence away. Go out, and the first
Mark sticking a few body shots in there, vary it up a little bit so he can't
back. Take away that confidence, stop him, and he's...
Don't let him back into the fight, don't give him those free shots, keep smart.
Switch back on, get focused, get your mind back on the draw. Get back out there.
Set him up, you can take him out, he's ready to go.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action.
Get your focus back.
As you'll see it, then ride it out. Go out there and finish it. Smart.
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
They both want a knockout, you can tell. The straight right just misses. They're both trying for a knockout. Misses with that uppercut. Both men step back for just a moment. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics, they know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Good counter punching. They better start respecting each other's punching power. A perfect counter shot. And he just missed with that left jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Very close. Hold it right there. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Good work, that's it. Now breathe, breathe. Just get your breath back.
Just to fight through you. Come on. You've let him back into this. You're better than this.
Clear. Just stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight.
6. Just get your rhythm back. Go again. Don't worry about that one. Don't worry about it. Let's go out there and let's reset. Forget about that round.
Back into the fight. Great round. And I don't want you to let
You win this next round. You're getting soft on me.
you can take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready.
You had everything in the bag. And now you're going to let him back into it.
Go out there and finish him.
Time winding down as we get set for another round.
Let's focus back at that jab back.
Body shots in there. Vary it up a little bit so he can't figure you out. Great ball.
On to the third. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
There's a counter shot. Punch, counter punch. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Do you believe what we're seeing? I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
And he scores with the counter. Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
The straight right just misses. The straight right just misses. Straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. I don't know, I gotta take another look at that.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four.
Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
Can make or break a fighter.
Switched up what you're doing. I need you to focus on what you're doing.
One at a time. Set him up. Did you take him out? He's too tired.
Listen, be smart when you go out. Take the round off. Win the round.
Good loading up, and you're still letting your power show. Good work. Don't forget the jab. Don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end of what you do. Good work. You stay focused.
It was a bad round, but we don't care. Go out there and win this.
Just keep him on the end of your jab. You're getting your time.
Come on. Let him get back into this. You're better than this, kid. Go back.
Sticking a few body shots in there. Bury it up. Great work.
Just get your rhythm back, and then we go again.
The referee calling for seconds out, right back into the action.
And missing. Great work.
Round. You had everything in the bag, and now you've let him back into it. Get out there and score.
Here we go to the fourth round. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Good counter punching. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now they're going to find out.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Nobody home with that hook. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want because they want to get you there.
Whoa, Johnny! Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They both want a highlight reel knockout. He blocks that right hook. And he scores with the counter. Canelo in serious jeopardy here, going to the canvas. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Thinking, just the same.
Go out there and win the round. Let's get out there, get you.
You were smart, you weren't loading up. You were still landing your...
Even when you're stepping around. You've been coasting this fight, and now you're going to let him get back in. Now it's a tougher fight, and he's going to be confident. You got to take that confidence away.
When you load up, don't be looking there for one shot at a time. Set him.
Gathering your pace and win the round back. Take away that confidence.
He's hurt, he's ready to go, but you've got to be smart. Otherwise he'll see it and he'll ride
Don't worry about it. Now let's go out there and let's reset.
working nice. Those 1-2 straight down the middle.
Time winding down as we get set to jump back in the action.
Get your mark.
Now don't want you to load up. Don't be looking there for one shot at a time.
There's the bell to start round 5. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he catch you.
That hook doesn't score. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always come. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A perfect counter lands. Incredible work rate. The stamina is off the charts. The straight right just misses. You'd like to see more jabs. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot on the line here.
You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on. You've led him back.
Great work. I love that jab slick. Just keep him on it.
Get back behind your jab. Basics. Let's get your rhythm back.
Don't give him no free shots. Keep smart. Just the same.
Get this boxing back together. Get your mind back on the job. It's a terrible round, though. Come on. You've led him back into the fight. You're way better.
Forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defense.
Come on, switch on. Get your boxing back together.
Getting your time in already. Right hand's beautiful. That's it. Start sticking.
You gotta get out there and win this round, kid. You had everything in the bag.
Great. The jab's working nice.
And that'll do it for the minute break as we get set to get back in the action.
End the round on your jab.
Focus. Don't let him back into the fight. Great round. Just the same again. Go.
This is the beginning of round 6. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Big swing and a miss with the hook. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Punch caught him clean. They exchanged punches. going to see a jab from these two? The straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Through the hook, didn't land. Good counter punching. Trying to land that jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you had no excuse for gassing out.
Relax. Hey, go out there, you win this next round for me. You've been coasting.
Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away.
Confident. You want to take that confidence away. Go out in the first minute, stick him on the end of your jab, and then start gathering your pace and win the round back. Take away that confidence.
Come out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready
To go back out there, I need you to win this round. Get your mind back. Get your
go out there and finish it. Just stay focused.
your shots off. Don't give him anything. Go back and win the round, right?
You're smart. You weren't loading up.
The referee calling for seconds out. Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather.
Think about the defense on him. Think about what to do. Good work.
And there's the bell for round 7. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
His stamina is off the charts. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Jab misses. He threw a punch and just got countered. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Can't find a home with that jab. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
It's when you talk about championship material.
I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good man. Good man.
Your lead. Come on, switch on. Get your boxing back.
Start sticking a few body shots in there. Vary it up a little bit so you can't
Switch back on. Get focused. Get your mind back on the draw. Get back out there and win the round. You've been coasting this fight, and now you're going to let him get back in. Now it's a tougher fight.
He's hurt, he's ready to go, but you've got to be smart, otherwise you'll sit.
In the first minute, stick him on the end of your jab, and you start gathering your
Jab's working nice. Goes 1-2 straight down the middle. You can't.
in his tracks. Let's get out there. Get your boxing back together.
Great round. Just the same again.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up as we get set to jump back in the action.
Nice. Goes 1-2 straight down the middle. You can't miss it. Great.
And we enter the 8th round. How much is left in their tank after last round?
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
How about that time counter shot? He threw a punch and just got countered. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Just missing with the right uppercut. A straight right just misses. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
His stamina is off the charts. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nope, that uppercut does not score. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your time. Oh, wait a minute! Oh, my word! Canelo just got clipped! He somehow weathered the storm.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corners? How are they going to get through this?
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Now don't look round. We don't care. We don't care. Go out there. You win this never.
You can take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt.
Get this boxing back together. You're getting soft on me. The fight's not over yet. You gotta get out there and win this round, kid. You had everything in the bag.
Start sticking a few body shots in there. Vary it up a
And
little.
you're switching up. I need you to switch back on. Get focused. Get your mind back on.
Stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Don't give him no free shots. Keep
Kid, I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this round. Get your mind back.
still landing your power shots. Good work.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather right back into the action.
Good work. Don't change too much yet.
And there's the bell for round 9. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? There's a counter shot. Neither one of them want this to go to the judge. Did you see that? We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then...
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. That was the moment.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit, because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
There's a counter shot. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. He threw a punch and just got countered. The old adage is no matter how much... Hold it right there! Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
And he scooped Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
What recoveries?
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Following Alvarez in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
There's a lot on the line here.
You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on. You've let him back.
Nice round. Good round. I like that. I'm happy. You're getting your time in.
Get back behind your jab. Basics. Just get you with him back.
Few body shots in there. Vary it up a little bit so we can't figure you out. Great.
Then get back in. Now it's a tougher fight and he's going to be confident. You got to take that confidence away. Go out in the first minute, stick him on the end of your jab, and then start gathering your pace. And when
Now don't want you to load up. Don't be looking there for a one shot.
in his tracks. Let's get out there, get your boxing back together.
Absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready to go. But you've got to be smart.
Now listen, kid, I need you to go back out.
Just stay focused. Don't let him wrap it.
And that'll do it for the time between rounds as we get set to get back in the action.
Ken, don't change too much yet. Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear. Jab work.
This is the 10th. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The straight right just misses. Canelo in serious jeopardy here. The pound-for-pound king, Canelo. instant replay, we get to see it again.
I need to see that again.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
The corners must be so...
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. How is this fight still continuing?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
How about that time counter shot? We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
They exchange punches. Nice counter. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. CANELO Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. Final 10 seconds. Whoa, wait a minute. A big, heavy blow, and Saul is down. That body shot right there paralyzed him and won him the fight.
I've got to see that again.
Talking about Alvarez in that last round. They get 1 minute between rounds. This fighter wished it was 10 minutes after being dropped twice in the last round.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
Relax, relax. Come on, let him back into the fight. You're way better.
Good work. Don't forget the jab. Don't get carried away.
Come on, switch on. Get your boxing back together. You've been coasting this fight, and now you're going to let him get back in. Now it's a tougher fight, and he's going to be confident.
Shots in there. Vary it up a little bit so he can't figure you out. Great.
Your jab, and then start gathering your pace and win the round back.
One shot at a time. Set him up. We're going to take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely.
And all your work all the way through Kane. Get this boxing back together.
Otherwise you'll see it and ride it out. Go out there.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set for another round.
Let him back into this.
That's it. Just start sticking a few body shots in there. Vary it up a little bit so he can't figure you out.
This is the 11th we've entered the championship rounds. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Holding nothing back here in the round. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. straight right just misses. The straight right just misses. Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Only catching air with that hook. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Canelo in serious. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Forget about that round. It was a bad round. But we don't care.
Forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defense.
You're getting soft on me. The fight's not over yet. You got to
jab working nice. Goes 1-2 straight down the middle. Can't miss it.
let him back into it. Let's get out there. Get your boxing back together.
Now don't want you to load up.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action.
All the way through Kane.
He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready to go. But you've got to be smart. Otherwise he'll score.
On to the 12th. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Beautiful counter punch. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. And as we take another look, it's this punch right here that sealed the deal.
That's lights out right there.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
What a build-up. What a journey towards this fight. What a fight itself. The crowd enjoyed it. The fighters enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. And what a way to end the fight. There's no mistake there about who won. What a shot.